Hey guys, welcome back. So now let's go ahead and create our Docker image and start our Docker containers to be able to develop on Wax. So we need to create two Docker containers. One for the development where we're gonna have our blockchain and everything, and then the other one is for the toolkit. So here is the commands, but this command is not gonna work everywhere. So let's go ahead and see how we can do this. So the first thing, we're gonna have to cd into a directory that we want to use. So just go on any directory on your computer that you wanted to use it. So I'm gonna go to Documents, Udemy, Blockchain. Then I have a directory here for the Wax course. Inside I'm gonna have a source, and I'm gonna go inside here. So I'm gonna do the same for the other command line as well. And if you don't have Docker installed, you can go ahead and check my YouTube channel. I show you how to install, I show you how to configure and have your computer running just like mine. And so you can watch that. I didn't put it on the course so that the course is not extra long with a lot of information that some people don't need it. Now here, what we need to do is to create a folder called Wax. So I already have here a folder called Wax, and what we're gonna do, you can do mk there and then Wax and just create this folder. If you are on a Windows, please try to use the PowerShell, or even better, if you have git install, use the git bash. So there is a bash there. When you install git, we'll install it for you, and that will make it a lot easier for you to follow the course along. Now what we need to do here is to start these two Docker images, and we want to map the Wax folder, so this Wax folder that we just created here, to our container. So the Wax folder on the container will be the same Wax folder that we have on our machine. So let's see how we do this command to download the Docker, to link the volumes, and also to start bash for us. So the way to do this, we're gonna say Docker, so that's the Docker command, and be sure that you have the Docker running here on the top bar or on next to the clock on Windows. So if the logo is not there, you probably need to start your Docker image. And then we're gonna say run that. We wanna run this image, and -it is just for the interactive shell. So this will allow us to send and receive messages to the shell on the container. Now, what we wanna do is give this a name. So we're gonna say name, and then let's call this first one Wax Dev. Now you're gonna put -v, that's for the volume. So here we're gonna tell the volumes. Now, if you on Windows, PowerShell, or on a Mac, what you're gonna do is put pwd for the present working directory. So on shell, also on Windows, PowerShell, and here on Mac you do the curly brace and pwd uppercase. If you're running on Linux, what you're gonna do is between brackets, and then pwd with lowercase inside. So just be sure you do correctly, otherwise it's not gonna work. So then the directory we wanna share, so on this case we wanna share that Wax directory that we just created inside this folder, and if we wanted this to be mapped into the container on the Wax folder on the root directory. So that's how we map this folder Wax to the folder inside the container, also called Wax. Now finally, we need to give the name of the image we want to download it. So this is the Wax team dev. So the Wax team is the username, and then the dev is the image. The last thing is what command we want to run inside that image, and we're gonna say bash. So here we're running the bash command. As soon as it's done, it's downloaded, we're gonna run the bash command, and we're gonna see the shell. So our shell is gonna turn into the container shell. So let's hit enter here, and now it's saying unable to find image because it's not on my machine yet. So it's going to the internet, it's picking up that image and downloading. Now we're gonna do the same on the bottom shell. So we're gonna copy this here, and there is a few little things we need to change. So we need to change the name because we cannot have two containers with the same name. And here I'm gonna call this CDT for the Contract Development Toolkit. Now we want to share the same directory because the things will be running. So we're gonna put our code, and then the blockchain is gonna be running all on the same directory. Now the wax team-dev, we wanted to actually use the CDT image. So for the same group, just different images, they create two different images. And we also want to use our bash. So doing this, it's gonna start the bash for us as soon as it finishes. Now you can see the second image was a lot faster. And also it's asking to access my documents folder. That's okay. And it seems that I forgot the H on bash. So here, bash. It came here. Yeah, there we go. And I did another mistake. What did I do here? So it's saying that the container name, oh yes, because I ran this the first time here, it downloaded, created a container, but it just could not execute bash. Now I don't want to show you how to start and stop containers yet. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and open the Docker desktop so I can show you that as well, and show how you can easily delete the image from here. So here you see the wax CDT. We can click here. We can just click on run here and it will run it for us, or you can click here and remove this. Now we still have the image here, so we're gonna do the same, remove that image. Now let's go ahead and rerun this with the correct command. And I'm gonna show you later how to stop and start containers, so you can do that when you need it. I just don't wanna go there yet. So now you can see, now you see that it finished, and now I have this root and this number here. So this, and if I list a directory, you can see all the directory here are different from my machine. That's because I'm inside Docker. So now you can see that we have this wax directory here as well. But what I want to show you is that if we come here and go to this directory here, and let's create a new folder, test. Now we have this folder inside this wax directory that we map. Now if we come here and list the contents of this folder, and it's taking a while for some reason. Let's go on the top one here. So cd wax. So you see, same thing, we already start our image and we inside the bash. So now we can list the folder, and for some reason is not very happy. So it seems that something crashed my image here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start it over again and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to restart my Docker. I'm running on Mac M1 and I have been having few problems with Docker. You're probably not going to have this problem. So remember, we create a file on the folder, and now what we can do is actually start our containers. So what we can say docker start and then wax dev. Now this will start the container for me, but you can see it start and it's not on the shell. So now if I do ls, I'm actually on my machine. So now what we want to do is say docker attach to wax dev, and this will attach to the container again, and now we are again inside on the command line on the container. So now let's clear. Now if I go to X, and now on a list I see my test folder that I created there to prove that now everything I do inside my wax directory, I'm gonna see on my computer, I'm gonna see it reflected inside our container. So that's all for this class. On the next class, I'm gonna show you a few more things we can do with the containers, and then we're gonna get our hands dirty with Wax. I'll see you there.